It's the WNIT as Illinois State plays host to Abilene Christian. And a very good evening to you wherever you are. I'm R.C. McBride alongside the Hall of Famer Jill Hutchison. Two teams in the Super 16 of this WNIT. They both come in with identical 22-12 records.
And both of them are really excited to be one of 47 teams still playing in March this year.
All right, well, let's hop right to it. Our players to watch. We will start with the visitors, the Wildcats of Abilene Christian.
Keep an eye on Peyton Hall, a 5'10" sophomore who leads the Wildcats with 19 points a game. She was last year's Freshman of the Year and on the all-preseason team for the Western Athletic Conference. Broke her hand in January and came back 2 months later. She led the Wildcats in scoring against Central Arkansas with 28 points with 5 three-pointers. But Illinois State's got a special Addie Martin, a 6'1" junior transfer from Abilene Christian. Addie is averaging 11 points a game. Her field goal percentage was #1 in the Valley this season and a member of the Valley all-newcomer team.
All right, Jill. Well, as they wrap up announcing the starting lineups to the crowd here at Shirk-centered Illinois Wesleyan University, let's get your keys to this one. And again, we'll start with the visitors.
Well, it's funny. Both teams want to control boards, so that's obviously going to be a battle. And it is a critical one. But the Wildcats are interested in paintballs, and to them that means touches by their post, dribble penetration anytime the ball gets in the paint. They want to attack inside out. Illinois State, on the other hand, again wants to control the boards, but they really want to be sure they have ball security. You know, Abilene Christian is 13th in the nation in forcing turnovers. The Birds have only had 11 total turnovers in their last 2 games. So that's going to be a critical part of this game.
All right, we're still a couple of moments away from tipping this one off. Again, Super 16 action here in the WNIT. The winner of this one, we already know. Louisiana Tech has advanced with a win last night, so they move into the round of 8. The winner of this one will play that one. Location still to be determined, but neither of the teams here really worried about that just yet. They've got one more opponent to get through before they can pay any attention to Louisiana Tech. Also, seeing some great crowd shots as the lineups are being announced. We are at Illinois Wesleyan University. Now, if you're not from the Midwest, if you're an Abilene Christian fan tuning in, or anyone else for that matter, kind of a unique situation. Normally, the Redbirds play at CEFCU Arena. And they couldn't tonight because for months there is a Greek event, big event, hundreds, thousands, whatever. They'd already signed the agreement, and obviously they're students too.
Right.
So they have a right to be in that arena. So Illinois State found itself in a little bit of a pinch, wanting to host this game. Fortunately, just across Division Street in Bloomington, there's a wonderful Division III university, a first-rate Division III school in Illinois Wesleyan. Illinois Wesleyan stepping up. Great to see the two schools working together, and that's why we're at the Shirk Center tonight.
And it's a great facility. Redbirds ought to pack this facility. And to thank Illinois Wesleyan, they have excellent basketball, both men's and women's. Both of their teams went to the Sweet 16 in this year's NCAA tournament, and they have really been on a run. So it's a pleasure to be here and to have that cooperation within our community.
These two programs have never met before. Abilene Christian, a Division I school since 2013. So a little different look and a colorful look. You've got the green of Illinois Wesleyan on the floor. You've got the red and then of Illinois State and the purple of Abilene Christian. You mentioned the crowd. It is just about a full house. This facility holds about 2,200 plus.
Right.
So, and some more still trickling in, and this really is a fantastic atmosphere for basketball. This one should be a lot of fun tonight.
I think it's going to be a great matchup. You know, we talked about Abilene Christian having such success defensively, but we haven't mentioned that Illinois State is number 8 in the nation in field goal percentage at 48%. Very efficient offense. So we've got a really strong offense against a really scrappy defense. And oddly enough, not only is Addie Martin a transfer from Abilene Christian, but our assistant Drew is also former assistant there. So there's lots of things going on here.
So Martin going up against Mays for the opening tip. It's won by Abilene Christian, and we are underway here at Shirk Center. Quick three out top, short, but got a great bounce, and just like that, Peyton Hull, the player to watch, a 3-0 lead for the Wildcats.
It's hard to believe she just got out of surgery a couple months ago.
So Illinois State with its first possession of the evening. Starting lineup for Illinois State, the same lineup the Redbirds have used in all but 3 games this season. There were a couple early on when Elise Knutson was injured, and then on senior night, Kristen Gillespie went with a different lineup. Shannon Dow fights her way in, can't get it to go. Martin, though, pulls down the board.
Yeah, the glass is going to be a big focus for both teams.
Knutson, and the Redbirds strike.
Elise Knutson scored 28 points here in February of 24, playing for Illinois, or for Millikan University against Illinois Wesleyan.
Knutson, a transfer to Illinois State this year after 4 very successful years at Millikan. Millikan, by the way, as you mentioned, plays in Illinois Wesleyan's conference, so she is very familiar with this particular facility. National Division III Player of the Year for Millikan last year.
Absolutely. She is 3rd in all-time scoring in NCAA.
3 is no good. Knutson scrambles in for the rebound. So the Redbirds with an opportunity for their first lead. By the way, starting lineups presented by your Illinois Ford dealers. We'll get another look at the Abilene Christian lineup coming up. 3 for Knutson, off the mark. Rebound out to Shannon Dowell.
Yeah, so far Illinois State is doing a good job on the boards. A trap there on Maya Wong allowed some passes to come in. Oh, triple teamed in the post.
Held ball called. Possession arrow stays with Illinois State.
This is a pretty experienced officiating crew. I don't have all their names, unfortunately.
Illinois State sends it in. Shannon Dowell up top, down to 2 on the shot clock.
Yeah, didn't know the time on the clock.
Birds catch a break as a caught rim, and Martin having to fight her way in. Dowell through the lane.
Wow, good job by Addie Martin to get that pass out of there.
Bella Earl feeding it inside to Mays. Mays trying to post up on Thomas, nothing doing, and another rebound for Knutson.
Well, Abilene Christian definitely trying to go inside out, hitting that post pass.
Knutson out to Maya Wong, lines up the 3. Got it.
Hometown girl does good, huh, RC?
Maya Wong, we should mention, Jill, with the start tonight, has become the all-time leader at Illinois State in games started, surpassing Maggie Crick.
I think some coaches wonder if Maya's ever going to graduate.
Shannon Dowell with the steal. Bounce pass to Wong. Layup. No. And the rebound to Peyton Hull. And Hull's out of there quickly. Waits for her team. Now spins it inside herself. Out of bounds. And it'll be Abilene Christian basketball. But I tell you what, Abilene Christian traveling pretty well. And there is a lot of energy in this facility tonight. Yeah,
they've got a nice little group of fans. I'm guessing mostly parents here, but that was a long drive from Central Arkansas up here.
Or from Texas. Nice turnaround jumper, doesn't go, however. Rebound comes to Wong. Illinois State with a 7-3 lead. Shannon Dowell against the double team. No. Well, Martin got her hand on another one, but Emma Troxel able to pull it away. Here's Davis. Kick out. 3 off the mark. Tapped out of bounds. It'll be Illinois. No. It'll be Abilene Christian basketball.
That looked like it came off of Mays that time after it hit Thomas, but apparently not.
It doesn't matter what we think.
It doesn't. They didn't ask me, and I didn't bring my whistle.
Boy, nice turnaround shot is good for Troxel. And boy, Addie Martin got fooled, lost her footing, and went down.
Yeah, Troxel, one of the seniors on this team and one of the captains.
7-5 is the Illinois State lead. Knudsen.
Both of these teams run motion with a lot of screens in them, and it's all about execution right now.
Knudsen is wide open, passes up the three, pulls up, little jumper, no. Rebound to the Wildcats. So Abilene Christian with an opportunity to tie or retake the lead. This is Hull trying to fight her way in.
Yeah, I'm impressed with her. She's a nice player.
Couldn't get rid of it in time. Turnover to Illinois State.
Coach Goodenough believes that Hull is probably the best two guard in the Western Athletic Conference. She just didn't get to show it this whole season.
You mentioned it earlier, last year's WAC Freshman of the Year. Knudsen pulls up, rims in and out. Troxel with the board. So each team going a little bit cold. Abilene Christian just 1 for its last 7. Illinois State 0 for its last 4. Boy, nice job switching the foot, and Mays with the bucket.
Mays does a nice job with both her right and her left hand. She's got a nice drop step in the paint. And we're going to see this full court pressure off and on the entire game.
It results in a foul on Emma Troxel. And that'll take us to our first officials timeout. That'll give us an opportunity to take a quick breather as well. 4:53 to go here in the first quarter. This one knotted at 7.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Back at Church Center on the Illinois Wesleyan University campus. I'm R.C. McBride, along with Jill Hutchison. Now, if you are a Redbird fan, things might look just a little bit different, but that's because of the location change. I mean, obviously the view is different, but the way we're presenting the telecast might appear a little bit different. And we've got to thank our crew from Illinois Wesleyan University for stepping up to make us even getting on the air possible.
Oh, they've done a super job and picking up on graphics and setting us up, RC. They've done a great job. In fact, I've been impressed with everything Wesleyan's done to facilitate this game. Not like they don't have a lot to do. Apparently this weekend they have home softball, home baseball, lacrosse, and they've got to do all of those games as well.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Yeah, so they've got a busy calendar coming up here. But we talked about boards being critical, and these teams are real close on the boards. Illinois State was 6, Abilene Christian with 7 so far. And 3 offensive boards for Abilene Christian. And 3 for Illinois State. And those are the biggies.
Probably a little too soon to make too many reflections on this one. Both teams, again, have hit a bit of a cold streak here over the last couple of minutes, but the one thing there is no denying is the crowd is really into it.
Without a doubt. And it's definitely up-tempo. Both teams pushing the ball on offense, both playing a really solid man defense. The turnovers so far are really on the Abilene Christian side. They have 2 turnovers, the Birds with none. which would be a huge accomplishment for them in this game.
Back from the timeout, Maya Wong running the offense for the Redbirds. Shannon Dow, we're very much on milestone watch for her tonight. More on that coming up here in just a second. She's got a couple of points already. Knutson finding Dow. Nice save. It wasn't a save.
No, it was a bad pass, and that's really tough. You know, Elise was going a little fast on that baseline to make a good entry pass.
So with Dow's 2 points, she now moves into 5th place on the single season scoring tally list in Illinois State history. Currently tied with Katie Donovan, who scored 578 in the 03-04 season. She's got a shot to bump Paige Robinson out of the 4th spot here tonight.
That's pretty impressive. Those are good players that she's competing against.
Dow 3, yes.
That moved her ahead, didn't it?
And it moved Illinois State ahead by 3.
That's the 23rd three-pointer by Shannon Dow this season.
Bella Earl, all conference in the WAC this season. Good ball movement here.
Yeah.
3 from the corner is off the mark, but the rebound pulled down by Mays.
That was an air ball, so they've got the shot clock to worry about.
Boy, another
nice
offensive
board.
rebound, and the lay-in attempt missed, but it did nick the rim, so Bella Earl had a fresh set of 30 to work with.
Bella Earl is on the WAC all first team this season and all defensive team.
Knutson to Nevaeh Thomas. Thomas with her 10 double-doubles this season. Nice step through, but a little strong on the shot. And the rebound for Abilene Christian up the floor to hurry. Here's Earl. Kick out. 3 ball. Got it. Peyton Hull again.
Controlling boards, it becomes so big when they can come down the court that quickly and score the 3.
Dow again. Got it.
Wow. Shannon shoots the 3 at only 26%, so she is on target today.
She's hit her last 2. 13-12 is the Illinois State lead. Troxel to Hull. She'll fire up the 3.
Whoa.
Wide right. And Shannon Dow pulls down the board. Wong on the wing. Nevaeh Thomas.
Illinois State at 4 out right now with Nevaeh outside the paint.
Knutson off the screen.
Whoa.
Left it short.
Didn't quite get set for that shot, and here they come again with that rebound in transition.
Knutson with the steal. Maya Wong. She'll drive in some trouble and called for the charge.
Yeah, I think Maya got a little out of control there trying to go too fast. Nice defense that time by the Wildcats.
Substitutions coming in. First for Illinois State. Seeing for the first time Trista Feta, the freshman guard, and also Danila Washington. They have both had impressive freshman seasons. Danila Washington, by the way, with one of just 2 Redbirds ever with more than 30 blocks in a freshman season.
Yeah, she's really got a reach on it and a great timing on her blocks. She'll match up well with Mays.
Aaron Woodson into the game for the first time.
Oh,
this
nice
is
step back.
Earl, long 3. And the Illinois State students who made the trip into Bloomington, letting her hear it.
Students fans are always the rowdiest, aren't they? Nice pressure again by Abilene Christian. They're not trapping right now, just kind of containing the ball up the court.
Addie Martin out top. Here's Dow against the double team. Gets fouled by Earl. That was very nearly a clean block.
Yeah, I thought Earl was right there on top of that. But again, that's what Shannon Dow does best, attack the basket. Shannon's best free throw shooter on this Redbird squad at 74%.
Trip to the WNIT Great 8 on the line. Of course, the Illinois State men's team last night just winning a national tournament. So The women's team would love to follow suit.
That was pretty exciting for the guys to win the College Basketball Invitational down in Daytona. And they really played well, especially down the stretch in that championship game.
2-point Illinois State lead and a turnover.
Nice denial that time by Shannon Dowell. I think that the Wildcats thought it was going to go the other direction. Trista Feda. Oh, nice defense that time.
And it's going to lead. Foul on Feda. It may still lead to points.
We'll trade free throws here a little bit. Only 57 seconds left in this quarter.
Earl, ice in her veins.
Yeah.
Staring into the Redbird pep band.
Earl, one of the few players, 800 points, 750 rebounds, 350 assists in her career at Abilene Christian.
Yeah, single season team records for field goals made, steals, and minutes played. Second all time on the career assist.
Oh, yeah, she
mark.
really dogs that ball handler too. She's got great footwork.
13 on the shot clock for Illinois State.
Yeah, they are not getting into their offense very quickly, and now they have 7 seconds.
Down to 4. Dow looking for his screen, doesn't develop. She's in trouble with one, loses the basketball. The steal for Earl. And strangely, Illinois State caught a bit of a break because of the shot clock violation. Otherwise, I think you're looking at an ACU fast break.
Yeah, no question. They had the momentum going that time. That was good defense that time by the Wildcats.
Peyton Hull, leading scorer for Abilene Christian. Still 15 seconds for the quarter. Nice job fighting her way in. And the Wildcats have come back to take a 2-point lead with time winding down here in the first quarter. Feda able to draw the foul.
Yeah, that's going to be a block. Team 3 means it's an out of bounds with 4.4 seconds on the shot clock. It will have to be a quick shot for the Birds here.
Feda gets it in. Shannon Dow puts it on the floor, drives, no. But she had a look, just couldn't get it to finish. And through one quarter, the Abilene Christian Wildcats with a 2-point lead on Illinois State here in the Super 16 round of the WNIT. Back after a quick break.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Just about set for quarter number 2. R.C. McBride, Jill Hutchison, Super 16 round of the WNIT. From the Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University in Bloomington, Illinois. Again, for those who are not familiar with Illinois State or Illinois Wesleyan or this part of the country might be tuning in, Bloomington and Normal are sister cities. So it's often difficult to tell which community you're in some
True.
parts of town.
True.
But not much difficulty in telling which campus you're on, although the campuses themselves are very near one another. That's because of the signage, Jill. And this used to be a trivia question. I don't know if it's still the case, but at one point, it was a Trivial Pursuit question. Do you remember Trivial Pursuit?
Yes.
Okay. The only street in the world with a university on both ends isn't University Street in Bloomington, Normal, Illinois,
how about
with
it?
Illinois Wesleyan on one end, Illinois State on the other.
Oh, that's a good one, RC. I didn't realize that. That wasn't in my Trivial Pursuit game, but
Maybe you just picked the wrong category.
I guess.
You pick sports every time, and that's
well,
what
that's
happens.
the only thing I know. What can I say? I'm a very narrow individual.
But you can't win with anyway.
Yeah, right.
Wildcats start the second quarter with the basketball. Here comes Hull working against Wong. Kick out. Woodson lines it up. Too strong. Rebound. Danilo Washington with a box out. Knocked out of bounds, and Illinois State will have it.
Boy, Mays came in there flying for that ball. And right now, Abilene Christian leading 11-10 on the boards. That'll make it 11-11 after that out of bounds.
Brianna Davis back in, and Woodson takes the seat.
Now we've got some full court pressure here, and there could be a trap on this.
Redbirds again, Jill, having to take a lot of time to get set in their offense.
They're not getting into their offense quickly enough.
Down to 9 to shoot. Wong, step back, long three.
I thought Maya changed her pivot foot even.
Davis with the rebound. Troxel. Here's Earl.
There's a
Mays.
paintball.
Yep.
You notice Mays goes right and left very effectively.
Mays with 4 points. That stretches the lead for Abilene Christian to 4.
Boy, they are really denying the ball to Shannon Dowell.
It's the largest lead for ACU.
Yeah.
Knutson.
Nope.
Off the mark. Troxel with another board. And the Wildcats with a chance to stretch the lead a little bit further here in quarter number 2. A long three on top, no. And Addie Martin with the board for Illinois State. That's her third rebound already. She's yet to get in the scorebook, however.
Illinois State's having trouble running an offense and getting shots in motion here. Credit the defense of the Wildcats.
Washington at the free throw line. They are all over her. Down low, here's Martin to the hoop, gets fouled, and count it.
Well, you just said she hadn't scored, so I guess you decided it was time.
Foul on Peyton Hall. That's her second, so that is something to watch for Abilene Christian.
You know, as good as they are on defense, and turnovers are a concern for the Birds, I think fouls have to be a concern for the Wildcats.
Martin completes the three-point play, pulls Illinois State to within 1. Martin's going to sub out Nevaeh Thomas in. Lauren Cohen, a senior from Wheaton, Illinois, into the game.
Illinois State has a 3-player rotation with their 4 and 5 player using Donnelly Washington with Nevaeh Thomas and Addie Martin.
Davis trying to drive in on Knutson.
Good on-the-ball defense by Knutson. Laura Cohen's a really good defender for the Birds as well.
Down to 5 to shoot. Davis tried the scoop shot, and Knutson pulled it away.
I think that's a second block by Knutson against Davis.
Knutson, long, thought about the long three. Thomas down to Washington. She tried to post up, and now a held ball, and that will stay in Illinois State's favor.
Nice defense that time by Troxel.
Been very impressed by Abilene Christian's defense overall, but especially in the paint.
Yeah, they seem to collapse when the ball goes inside. They have quick hands, and so far they've stayed out of foul trouble.
Zoe Jackson into the game for the first time for the Wildcats. Cohen to Wong, Knutson, corner, three, no. Rebound, Nevaeh Thomas. Wong launches a long three, yes!
That was a 20-footer.
Well, we know Wong can shoot the three. We know she's got some range, but now an unforced turnover for the Wildcats.
Well defended by Nevaeh Thomas in the post, fronting that post that time.
Illinois State on a 6-0 run to retake the lead. The 2 3-pointers, Wong's long-distance shot, preceded by Martin's conventional three-pointer.
Good motion off the ball here by the Birds right now.
Knutson loses the handle. Good quick hands by Meredith Mays.
Got into traffic and good defense by the Wildcats.
Here's Earl. Stop, start, stop, shoot, short. But a rebound by Woodson.
Whoa.
Jackson runs over Lauren Cohen, and Cohen is called for the block.
That could have gone either way. That was a good aggressive move that time. That's going to be out of bounds, however. That's only the first foul for each team.
Jill, is it fair to say that in that area of the floor that the offensive player is probably going to get the benefit of the doubt a little bit more often?
Yes and no. I think it just depends on a player defensively getting position. And with that much space, it's hard. Whoa, nice shot.
Emma Troxel.
That was another 20-footer. Troxel's a good set shooter out there for the Wildcats.
5 points for Troxel as ACU retakes the lead.
Maya tried to go between two people and was fortunate she got the foul called.
Jackson whistled for the foul. This has all the earmarks of a back-and-forth game.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And both teams are subbing now, trying to keep players fresh. Illinois State needs some motion off the ball.
Nevaeh Thomas.
Whoa.
Now to Dow. She'll pull up from 12. Nope. Bella Earl with the rebound. Woodson.
Woodson was a starter for those 13 games that Hull missed.
Nice pass. Oh, jinx.
Well, there's a whistle. Is there no call on that? Interesting. Okay, so that means...
well, they're going to huddle.
Yeah. And even if that's the case and it's out of bounds, I would think it was on the sideline, not the inline, wasn't it?
Well, they were getting together.
Yeah, they must agree on it.
And the shot clock is at 20.
Yeah.
Here's Woodson. Turnaround jumper, gets it to go. 3-point Wildcat lead.
Yeah, Troxel's starting to warm up right now.
Troxel now with 7. 3 boards as well.
Illinois State running a set now.
Martin looking to go one-on-one. Spin move, gets the shot off. She'll go to the free throw line.
That foul was on Natalia Chavez. That's an interesting story. That young lady's from a reservation outside of Albuquerque. First time she's been off the reservation.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break as well. 4:29 to go in the first half. Abilene Christian with a 3-point lead.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
If you notice, we got a couple of ISU alums in the crowd. Katie Bullman on that top shelf on the left was a starting player here for the Birds for several years. And that guy who's really into his phone over there, Brian Ayersman, was an assistant with the Birds. Both of them are now assistants with Illinois Wesleyan. And again, they had a great season. It's nice to see them here supporting the Redbirds.
Yeah, in this game, and we don't want to, because it's a heck of a game, we don't want to wax on too much about it, but it really does have the feel of kind of a little community festival.
Yeah.
Because of the two campuses coming together.
It's true, yeah. It's nice to see the community come out and support women's basketball the way they are. And you know, they were packing this place for the Wesleyan Titans as well.
4:29 to go here in the quarter, and Abilene Christian with a 3-point lead. Wildcats on a 5-0 run. That followed a 6-0 run by Illinois State. As you get a look at, as we pan through the crowd, you see a lot of red.
Yeah, interesting right now. Neither team is lighting it up a whole lot. Both of them average real close to 50% from the floor. They're both in the 30s. Illinois State at 32% and Abilene Christian at 35%, which is a testament to the defense that they're playing, actually. There's only a 1 rebound difference between these two teams, and again, that was a focus for both coaches. Addie Martin at the line after that block on that attempted shot.
Martin now with 4 points, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Second one is no good. And scrambling for the rebound is Bella Earl. Aaron Woodson guarded by Dowell. Earl spins it over to Jackson.
Good movement by Abilene Christian off the ball. Forces the defense to keep moving.
3 attempt, no good by Chavez. Illinois State with a chance to tie or retake the lead. Martin trying to fight it against Chavez. Gets it done.
That was a mismatch in the post, really. Chavez not usually in that position. At 5'11", they match up pretty well, though.
Back where we started.
Yeah.
Tied at 23. Here's Earl.
Here comes Chavez. Earl is really a nice player. She's so balanced.
Woodson with a nice move around Dowell.
Yeah, well done. She got a lot of experience playing when Hull was out, that's for sure.
Well, sometimes those opportunities wind up creating a little depth for you.
Yeah, no question. It's a plus for everybody.
Particularly when the player is able to come back.
Yeah. Strong.
Dowell wings it over. Pass taken away. Knudsen picks up the save attempt and hits it.
Nice hustle by Lise Knudsen. These teams are keeping it interesting, RC. We got a tie ball game.
Earl against Wong. 3 for Chavez. Got it.
Over 60% of her shots come from the three-point line.
Chavez's first bucket. Dowell, what a move.
You could just tell when Dowell got the ball, she was about to do that. But they're trading 2s for 3s right now.
Shannon Dowell with 11 points, nearly a steal. Everybody gets tangled up, and let's just hope everybody's okay.
Good effort by Maya Wong. Maya's really had a good postseason, RC. She's played really hard and been a difference maker. You can see her going after that loose ball and throwing her body on the floor.
Brianna Davis.
Oh, we got a little action in the post, too.
Another long 3 and an air ball.
The student section's going to really get them for those air balls.
There's one member of the band who he did not get into the air ball.
No.
He's just like, you know what? I respect what they're doing out there, and I couldn't do better, so I'm just going to keep my comments to myself. Thank you very much.
Every fan's allowed to do their own thing.
Within reason. Nevaeh Thomas loses the handle out of bounds to Illinois State.
Again, they really help from the weak side when the ball goes inside. They're trying to protect that paint. And it's working pretty well.
Under 90 seconds for the half. Knutson. Ball got deflected, so she wasn't quite as open by the time it came to her. Dowell from the corner with shot time running down, hits it.
That was a big shot. The entire crowd started the countdown for that one.
Shannon Dowell with 14 points already. Illinois State back on top by 2. Down low, Mays gets it to go. Nice feed.
Late weak side for Illinois State gave her a one-on-one in there.
20-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Dowell takes it inside. No. Troxel gets up there for the board. Here's Earl. Spins it out. Long 3. Got it.
That's 3 of those now for Troxel.
10 points. Time winding down. Knutson 3. Yes. That ties us at 33. 4 seconds to go. Up the floor. Here's Davis. No. And we go to the half fittingly enough. With this one all tied at 33, Jill.
You know, both teams are playing well right now, and it doesn't seem to be bothering Abilene Christian to be on the road. Birds with a great home crowd stand doing their job. So, yeah, we're back to 0, RC.
All right, our halftime show is coming up. Again, Super 16 round of the WNIT. We've got a good one. Illinois State and Abilene Christian tied at 33. Back after this.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, being a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
We are back at the half at the Shirk Center in Bloomington, Illinois. Super 16 round of the WNIT, R.C. McBride and Jill Hutchison. And the Redbirds and Wildcats all tied at 33. Redbird fans, enjoy basketball game days at the Barrel House, your official watch party headquarters for Redbird basketball. Enjoy a pound of freshly made-to-order wings and a pint of beer for just $13 while watching the Birds on the road. The Barrel House, 9 Brickyard Drive in Bloomington, your official watch party headquarters for Redbird basketball. Certainly the Redbird women hoping they have plenty of games left, although certainly they'd like to play those at home, but you got to take it one game at a time.
You think?
Bloomington Normal Auto Mall is a proud partner of Redbird basketball. Stop by today at 1430 Fort Jesse Road in Normal and ask about VIP pricing for all Illinois State staff, students, teachers, alumni, and parents. The Bloomington Normal Auto Mall on the corner of Fort Jesse and Towanda in Normal. Well, let's take a look at how we got to this point with our first half stats. A presentation of First State Bank, exceptional products and services, but even better people. Come see for yourself. First State Bank, located at the corner of Hershey and Eastland, or firststatebank.biz, member FDIC.
You know, the things that jump out to me, RC, are the rebounds and the offensive rebounds, and that 27-5 is not right for offensive rebounds. It's 7-5 in favor of Abilene Christian instead of 27.
Hey, but it is tough typing those.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just an extra digit. Ignore the 2.
Not a big problem, to be true, but both coaches focusing on what was happening on the glass, and to say that they are balanced tells you how focused these players are. And the offensive rebounds have resulted in 9 second chance points for Abilene Christian, 7 for the Birds. But the fact that Illinois State has got a better field goal percentage speaks highly of them being able to get the shots they want. It's not up to their 48%, but they're holding Abilene Christian under 40, and they typically average 46% from the floor. So there are no huge surprises. The free throws, 100% is 2 for 2. Illinois State has struggled at the free throw line, I think, a lot this season. They're 3 for 5 right now. But the the other good thing for Illinois State is that they have not turned the ball over. They have 5 turnovers so far in this game, resulting in 7 points. And, you think about that, that's almost a quarter of the points for the Wildcats right now.
Yeah, and even though those turnover numbers are even, Abilene Christian has certainly taken better advantage, 7-0 advantage in points off of turnovers.
Right. And they've gotten part of those off of fast breaks because the turnovers are away from the basket, and that opens them up for running the floor. But the bench for Abilene Christian has also contributed more, and that's been somewhat of a pattern for the Redbirds.
Quick look at some of the individual numbers, Jill, and both of these teams coming in really balanced offense. Illinois State has been particularly so. They have spread it out a lot throughout the season. A little bit more leaning, certainly on the Illinois State side tonight. Shannon Dow with 14 of the Redbirds' 33 points. Elise Knutson has 7. What's interesting about Elise's performance, she went 16 minutes between her first basket and her second basket of the evening. Then Martin was 6 and Wong was 6. That's it. That's the scoring for Illinois State.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised the Birds haven't scored better in the paint, but as much as Abilene Christian sinks in and doubles inside on the paint, it's getting harder and harder to get those shots off. So Addie Martin has done a good job getting some of those points, but Nevaeh Thomas and Donlia Washington, neither one have scored in there yet.
For Abilene Christian, Emma Troxel leads the way. She has 10 points, followed by Peyton Hull with 8. 6 points for Meredith Mays, then 4 for Bella Earl, 3 for Natalia Chavez, and a pair for Erin Woodson. So they've done a much better job of spreading things around than has Illinois State.
Right, they have spread it around, and Troxel's points helped her. I misspoke earlier in our broadcast. She only has 2 3-pointers, but it seems like they've been critical times that she's gotten those, and she's a good catch-and-shoot shooter out there, and she has their only steal of the game. Now, how about that? They average 10 steals a game, and Troxel has the only one so far. That's interesting.
Well, we've got a fun 20 minutes at least of basketball still to come here from the Shirk Center. We are at the half. We're going to take a quick timeout. Illinois State and Abilene Christian tied at 33.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Back at the half at the Shirk Center on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University in Bloomington, Illinois. For tonight, at least, the home away from home for the Illinois State Redbirds, playing host to Abilene Christian just about 3 minutes before we get back underway. And we haven't really had a chance to talk about the coaching staffs, and now that at least one of them is back on the floor.
Yeah,
Kristen
exactly.
Gillespie leading in her 8th season at Illinois State. 3rd consecutive 20-win season for the Redbirds to go with those 5 straight postseason appearances. 8th season overall, a product of NC State.
Yeah, neither of these coaches are distant from postseason play. You know, Julie Goodenough is in her 13th season at Abilene Christian. She's taken them to WNIT twice, the WBI, the Women's Basketball Invitational once, and was in the NCAA tournament once. She just got her 250th win at Abilene Christian. This is her 30th year in coaching and her 4th school, so she's had quite a career.
Well, Jill, let's take a couple of minutes to revisit your keys to the game.
Well, I don't want to be a broken record, but we keep talking about controlling boards, and that was a key for both coaches, and right now we're pretty darn tight on the boards. So paintballs, balls going into the paint and either staying there or kicking back out for perimeter shots. I know that Abilene Christian charts that. I have no idea where they are, but they have had a lot of touches in the paint. Their big kids haven't been the scorers, however. It's been the three-point shots, the outside shots, and the pull-up jumpers for both teams so far. So credit the defenses for taking away the paint. Illinois State, we talked about the boards, but ball security has been impressive. They've only had, I think, 5 turnovers so far. Unfortunately, those 5 turnovers have converted to 7 points for the Wildcats, but they have taken great care of the basketball, and for a team that forces 26 turnovers a game, that's pretty darn decent.
Winner of this one to play Louisiana Tech, probably this weekend. Details to be figured out. We need to know who Louisiana Tech's opponent is going to be, however. That will be in the Grade 8 round of the WNIT. We're just about set to start half number 2, exactly where we started half number 1. Tie ball game.
Yeah, most of the other teams in this quarterfinal round of the WNIT will play tonight, although they could play tomorrow. Tech only won by 4 points on their home court, so they've had a tough go of it as well, and it will be a good game no matter who gets there. And you know, RC, here we go, scores tied. These teams, it's all about execution now, and who does the best job executing their game. I think down the stretch, who can defend, who can score, and how well they do it.
All right, we are set to get back to action. It'll be the Wildcats of Abilene Christian starting out with the basketball. Davis to Peyton Hull, guarded by Maya Wong. Hull will take it right in. Nicely done. Yeah. 2-point ACU lead. Boy, and there's that pressure
trap.
again.
Yeah, they're going to trap this time. This puts a 3-on-2 for Illinois State.
Shannon Dowell pulls up, floater left it short, gets her own miss, putback is good.
I think Shannon was so open she wasn't sure she was going to shoot the three or go to the bucket.
16 points for Shannon Dowell. So she has already moved into fourth place on the all-time single-season scoring chart in Illinois State history. Tried to use the glass, but Mays came up a little short. Here's Knutson on the run. Wong. Now Nevaeh Thomas trying to angle in. Rim a little stiff.
Yeah, it was. It just rimmed right out of there. Wildcats pushing in transition.
All open. Left it on the back of the iron. Boy, taken right away by Mays and nearly taken right back by Thomas. Boy, what a battle between those two.
Yeah.
Tip out to Hull. She'll take it in, and she walks.
Wow. I thought that was good. That's too bad. Abilene Christian fans are not happy about that call.
Boy, kind of ashamed to see that exchange end on a travel as the post players were really giving it to one another.
It was a great exchange that time. I think the Wildcats are cranking up their ball pressure now.
Dowell against the double team is fouled.
She does a great job attacking that basket and drawing the foul.
Dowell coming off a 28-point performance against Western Illinois in the second round technically of the WNIT. The Birds had a bye. She and Knutson, by the way. Sorry, Jill.
No, go ahead.
With Knutson's 23, that was the most combined points for two players in postseason history for Illinois State. I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that's May's first foul. She really hasn't had too much foul trouble.
Redbirds back on top by 2.
Neither team seems able to create a cushion here.
Long three is good. Peyton Hull strikes again.
That was a miscue defensively for the Birds.
And nearly a steal by Bella Earl. Been really impressed with ACU's defense.
Yeah, and remember, Bella Earl was on the WAC all-defensive team. She's good at what she does. Oh, they reset the clock. I think that's what they're talking about here.
10 lead changes in this game, and it's been tied 8 times.
And it ain't over yet.
And neither team has led by more than 4.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the largest lead for both. Pressure again from Abilene Christian. Long pass, and it's plucked away by Mays. Mays read that one the whole way.
Long passes are really tough against the press.
Wildcats by 1. Troxel to Hull. Hull, scoop shot, won't go.
That's going to be on Maya Wong as a block. You know, it's interesting because Hull is equally as good right and left-handed. She likes to drive left and then come back to her right. An unusual miss for her. She's an 82% free throw shooter.
It's the second one. Abilene Christian is 3 of 4 from the line. And again, pressure in the backcourt.
Yeah.
Martin trying to dribble out of it.
Full court pressure is definitely increasing in this half.
But it's worked quite well, it would appear, but how long can you sustain that?
Well, I think they're used to playing it, and it wears the offense down as much as the defense. And Illinois State is only getting about 15. Wow, nice finish by Addie Martin.
Boy, Addie Martin just with the steal and the bucket.
Yeah.
Tied again at 39. Bit of a momentum turn for Illinois State.
They're running Hull off of sets now to get her off of the double screen. And Mai Wong with another foul. She's going to have trouble containing Hull.
And with that, Trista Feta is going to come in off the bench.
You know, it's tough because they need Mai Wong's ball handling against the pressure. And Trista is really a stronger defensive player, probably.
Troxel guarded by Martin.
Yeah, they're coming out on Troxel to try and keep her from getting those threes.
Down to 6 to shoot. Troxel's going to try to go in one-on-one. Nice spin move.
Yeah.
Shot wouldn't go. Rebound. Nevaeh Thomas had to work hard for it, and she's trapped. Wings it up the floor to Dowell. It's a foot race now. Lay in good.
What a pass by Nevaeh Thomas. Under pressure, double team.
Redbirds retake the lead.
This is like a ping pong match.
Good defense by Dowell. Saw an opportunity. Knocked it out of bounds, though.
Woodson's going to give Earl a break here. They don't really lose a whole lot when Woodson comes in the game off the bench.
Woodson, a sophomore, transferring from Purdue Fort Wayne. 10 to shoot for Abilene Christian. Trailing Illinois State by a pair. Woodson against Martin. Sends it out to Davis. Down to 2 to shoot. Now that's a shot clock violation. Horn didn't sound.
No. Good call by the official to see that.
I think Kristen Gillespie was getting a little upset with the officials, but it's not their fault the horn didn't go.
Exactly right, and it didn't. The screen didn't light up. It must have been a malfunction. Okay, when your 4-player has to bring the ball up against the press, that's a little unnerving. But notice they've only got maybe 17, 18 seconds left on the shot clock to run an offense.
Dowell with 5. Knutson. Martin breaks free.
Great pass by Elise Knutson.
Martin now in double figures.
Illinois State starting to attack the paint.
4-point lead matches the largest for either team here this evening. Here's Hull. She'll pull up off the mark, and a foul over the back for Mays. That's her second.
Nice board position by Nevaeh Thomas on that.
And that'll take us to an official's timeout. Illinois State on a 6-0 run. Redbirds by 4. Back after this.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
We are back at the Shirk Center. R.C. McBride, Jill Hutchison, 4:55 to go here in quarter number 3. Illinois State has hopped out again to a 4-point lead. This one now, the official tally, 11 lead changes, 9 ties in this one. And again, neither team is led by more than 4. So we will see. You feel like it's a bit of an inflection point in this one, Jill, because, again, both teams' largest lead has been 4. We mentioned all the lead changes and the ties. So it's going to be more of the same, or is Illinois State going to be able to pull away a little bit?
Well, interestingly enough, Illinois State has scored 10 points already in this fourth quarter. Eight of those points have come in the paint, and that's quite a change from their first half. Only 2 points in the paint for the Wildcats. That could be the difference if that continues, but I would expect Abilene Christian to make some adjustments as well.
Hey, by the way, we wanted to take a quick moment, and I don't have everyone's name on the crew, Jill, but we want to thank our producer tonight, Tyler Wilson.
And Matt Sausler, who has given us all kinds of information and helped us with this broadcast.
And for you folks on the cameras, we appreciate your work as well. It's the first time this crew has worked together. And hopefully, if you're watching this on your phone or on your big screen, wherever, you're not noticing that. But we really appreciate the crew from Illinois Wesleyan stepping up to make this telecast possible this evening. So we'll come back from the timeout, and Illinois State has matched its largest lead, and it'll have the ball with the length of the floor to go.
And lots of full court pressure here.
So Knutson will handle it this time, working against Brianna Davis.
That was a better press breaker for the Birds, giving them over 20 seconds to run an offense this time.
Shannon Dow with 20 points already. Nevaeh Thomas will scoot in. Nicely done.
You know, we mentioned at halftime that Nevaeh hadn't scored. Well, she has certainly come back from that.
Illinois State with its largest lead of the evening. Here comes Hull through the lane. Got it to go, plus the foul. Wow. Big play for Abilene Christian.
Nice take that time by Hull.
Hull now with 16. Thomas whistled for the foul.
That would be her second foul.
Well, you could see Hull wanting the basketball in that situation.
Oh, absolutely. Obviously, she's a heck of a competitor.
She completes the three-point play, so that cuts the Redbird lead in half. Pressure again. Knutson again.
Martin's done a good job against this pressure.
Dow fakes the three, now steps inside. Thomas thought about it. She'll take it in. Spin move, block, foul.
I think that's going to be the third foul on Mays.
That's the case. 4:01 to go in quarter number 3.
Mays is definitely the best post player for Abilene Christian, so getting her in foul trouble is huge. Nevaeh Thomas seems like somebody punched her button at halftime, and she's gotten significantly more aggressive.
She goes 1 for 2, lead back to 4 for Illinois State. Davis to Hall. Hall, the team leader, with 17 points. Here's Chavez. Woodson. Pass a little too strong for Mays.
It was definitely the right idea, though. She drew both defenders, and that left Mays wide open.
And a timeout on the floor. We can go ahead and keep it here for this one, for this official's timeout. Well, that play, just going back to that one, Jill, almost as though she had not realized that Mays had closed the gap as much as she had. That pass had a lot of mustard on it.
It did, and they weren't very far apart. It was certainly the right idea, though, and you know, good help defense on the part of Illinois State forced that turnover.
So this will give us an opportunity to reset. Most of the information, of course, you see there on your screen. So we can take a look at some of the team stats. We talked at the half that neither team, despite being good shooters, were shooting all that well. Illinois State has improved its situation significantly in that area.
Yes, they're almost up to their season average at 48%. They're now shooting 47%, and they're holding Abilene Christian to 38. So defensively, the Birds are doing a really good job. Rebounds, right now, Illinois State is in the lead, 24-21, but they still are behind offensive boards 9-7. So those are all critical areas that are going to make a difference as we go down the stretch here. Right now, Illinois State with 20 points in the paint, which is a big improvement from the first half. They only had 10 points in the paint at the end of that first half.
Neither team with a lot of turnovers, 7 each. And we mentioned at the half that as of the half, Abilene Christian had converted much better. Illinois State hadn't converted at all. It was a 7-0 advantage. That gap has closed with Illinois State scoring 4 points off of turnovers just here in the second half.
Yeah, and that makes a difference. And second chance points are critical as well, since we're talking about offensive boards. And right now, the fact that Illinois State only has 7 offensive boards and they've gotten 11 points off of those, that's pretty impressive.
Super 16 round of the WNIT, and again, the winner will play Louisiana Tech this weekend in the Great 8. As the fields from all of our postseason tournaments continue to winnow themselves down. Games decided by single digits this year, because this one has all the earmarks of staying that close. Abilene Christian has fared much better. 4-1. Illinois State 5-6 in those close games.
Yeah, it looks like Illinois State may have been in a few more close games compared to Abilene Christian, but both teams fairly successful.
Krista Feda, long pass to Dowell. The coach in you hates those long passes, right?
Oh, against the press, it's so easy to pick off those passes.
Down to 10 to shoot, as again the Redbirds had to use a lot of time. Dowell puts it on the floor. And a foul on the floor, and that's going to go on Woodson. It's her first.
Well, just like other teams, they're having difficulty finding someone who can stop Shannon Dowell.
Meredith Mays takes a quick seat, as does Natalia Chavez. Dowell, free throw line jumper, got it.
Nice
22
play.
points.
Well played by the Redbirds.
Shannon Dowell has scored 50 points in the WNIT in 2 games.
Wow.
Nice move, but the shot wouldn't go. Danila Washington with the rebound. Fade out, runs everybody, takes it in herself, hit the bottom of the rim, kick out, Knutson 3, yes!
That's one way to get your rebound average up. You get your own.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Abilene Christian ball, but again, the home away from home for Illinois State tonight. The Shirk Center suddenly has gotten very loud. Oh, and they huddled, and it'll be Redbird ball.
I believe it was touched last by the Abilene Christian player down there, and Trista Faden really did a nice job getting a hand on that.
Largest lead for either team right now.
Trista has gotten so much better against pressure defenses this season. She continues to improve.
Washington at the free throw line. Pass was tipped away. Nice defense by Aaron Woodson.
Yeah.
Hull trying to get around Shannon Dowell.
Woodson's a good ball handler. She did a nice job there.
Bella Earl to Hull, 15 to shoot, so plenty of time here. Boy, one-on-one matchup. Feda tried to knock it away, and Dowell gets whistled for the foul that will send Hull to the free throw line.
Nice job by Hull. She does that spin move inside, and it's hard to stay with her.
Well, you think that matchup's going to be fun to watch down the stretch, Hull and Dowell?
Think maybe? Yeah, that is a good matchup. Athletically, they match really well.
Hull now with 19 points. Dow with 22.
They're both critical for their teams. And they're both the focus of defenses. That's amazing.
Knutson with a nifty pass up to Addie Martin.
Illinois State moving the ball quickly here.
Knutson open for three. Got it! Knutson heating up, 13 points. Timeout, Abilene Christian.
It seems like Knutson's got her name on the floor down in that corner, RC.
10-point Illinois State lead. 94 seconds for the third quarter. Remember the last time out we said it might be an inflection point because this game had been so back and forth, Jill. And either Illinois State was going to pull away or once again we were going to see more of the same back and forth. So far at least Illinois State has started to pull away.
Well, it's interesting because Abilene Christian has extended their defense. They've put more pressure on the ball. But in the half court, Illinois State, I think, has added more pressure as well, and they're taking away the paint better.
We saw the spotlight on Knutson as we came back from the timeout with 13 points. Now Troxel lines up the three, rimmed in and out. Fight for the board, nicely done. Another three. This one overshoots the target, and Trista Feta with the rebound for Illinois State. And she is just attacking that pressure.
Yes, she is. That's nice to see.
Knutson again, three. Got it!
I'll tell you what, she had 28 points here last season, so I'm sure she could do it again.
16 now.
Nice dump pass that time by Hull.
Troxel able to finish it off, and that quiets the crowd a little bit, but the Redbirds slowly stretching their lead here, Jill.
Yes, they are. I wasn't sure they were going to get this cushion, but they've done a nice job developing it.
Now they'll slow things down a little bit, the time winding down. The key, to me, has been they have figured out how to handle that pressure.
Yes, and they've gotten some nice passes against full court, which opens the floor up a lot.
Nevaeh Thomas with the bucket. Birds by 13. Earl spins it out.
Whoa.
Troxel three. Yes.
Yeah. Troxel continues to just fire it up.
Troxel now with 15 points, and so ends the third quarter. Illinois State widens the gap a little bit to take a 10-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter.
Nevaeh Thomas attacking that basket in this third quarter so much better than she did in the first half.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are setting the blitz and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Wow. That's a note.
Yeah.
Take a look at this, folks, as we come back from the break. Our hardworking stats crew digging this stuff up for us. Elise Knutson has never scored under 20 points here at the Shirk Center. We mentioned she's a transfer as a graduate student to Illinois State from Milliken. This is her sixth game all-time in this building. All the other 5 coming with Milliken. Oh, she got a little work to do. She got 16, but she has come on strong of late.
Yeah, Elise and Nevaeh Thomas just named to the all-district all-academic team, which is quite an honor. Both ladies with 4.0 majors. never shot below 20 points. She must like the Shirk Center. That's impressive.
Jill, the keys, we were talking a little bit during the break, the keys, not to infringe upon your keys to the game, but
it's okay.
Post play has been huge for Illinois State in building up this lead, but they have somehow figured out how to handle the defensive full court pressure much, much better that Abilene Christian had been throwing up, and Illinois State have been struggling with much of the ball game.
Yeah, there's no question. In fact, I've been impressed. You know, really 4 players have been involved in that. Trista Feta, Addie Martin, and then we had Elise Knudsen bringing it up several times. And, of course, you've always got Shannon Dow, who can break almost any pressure. So they've handled the pressure. They've gotten the ball into the front court to open players, and they've taken advantage.
Maya Wong back on the floor for Illinois State, but Trista Feta, the freshman from Green Bay, Wisconsin, giving Illinois State some good minutes.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Trista Feta. I thought she did a super job just then.
All right, Illinois State will start out with the ball here in quarter number 4. Louisiana Tech awaits the winner in the Grade 8 round of the WNIT. Knudsen drives the baseline and ran out of real estate.
You can tell they're going to start to really stay tight on Knudsen to try and keep her from hitting those threes. And we have Davis back on the floor at the point guard. In fact, they've got their starting lineup back in here.
Abilene Christian had a mismatch there briefly as Knudsen went down, but didn't see it. Mays to Hull. Hull again, the leading scorer for Abilene Christian with 19, make it 21.
Yeah. What a nice roll off of that shot.
So that cuts us back to single digits. Long having to work against Earl. Dow goes one-on-one. Layup is good.
Illinois State cleared that whole baseline for Dow, and she is almost unstoppable in that situation.
Dow now with 24 for the Redbirds. Lead back to double digits. Earl, kick out to Hull. She'll line up the 3, too strong. Washington had the rebound, lost it out of bounds to Illinois State.
Again, good hustle by Abilene Christian going after that loose rebound. They are relentless on the boards.
Knudsen, what a play by Earl, and it sets up the lay-in for Peyton Hall.
Yeah, that was well done defensively.
Not only blocking it, but going to the floor, not traveling, and getting rid of the pass.
To pass it to somebody that's open.
And
well done.
That's the kind of play that can spark some momentum.
You're absolutely right, RC.
Isaiah Thomas, Danila Washington. Maya Wong looking inside to Thomas. She's double teamed. Squirts out of there with it, and she gets fouled.
That foul's on Troxel that time. And Troxel's got 2. And the student body for the Redbirds is going crazy on the baseline there. I think there's a bunch of football players in that crowd who have been great supporters for this Redbird team. Oh, lots of ball pressure now. Those one-handed passes are tough because you can't pull the ball back when you see the defense step in.
All right, let's see if ACU can mount a comeback here. A couple of defensive plays, but Illinois State with one to match is Washington with a quick hand in. Knocked it away for Wong. Down low to Washington. And the foul.
I think that might have gone on Hull that time. Nice job by Maya Wong to get it in there, and a great pass.
Foul was
it's on 10.
I thought it was on Earl.
Well, now I'm not really sure who got that, to be quite honest.
We'll know officially here in a second.
If it was on Hull, that would have been her third.
Three-point play completed for Washington. That's her first scoring tonight, Jill. Lead is 11 for the Redbirds. Earl inside to Mays. Takes it to the hoop. Going against her former teammate, Addie Martin.
Yeah. A little bit of contact there. I think Addie thought there was a charge and no call.
Just a Feta back in action. Dowell three. Left it a little bit short. Feta with the rebound. Looks for some help now. Clears it out. Another long three for Wong is good.
Nice job by Krista Feta to find the open player there.
Timeout, Abilene Christian. Illinois State has opened up a 12-point advantage.
At the right time of the game to get the lead for Illinois State. And now, great shot that time by Maya Wong. Well, she's shooting from downtown, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Her threes tonight, she's hit 3 of them. 2 of them have been from way out there.
You know, both these teams very unselfish offensively. They're both trying to find their open players and delivering the ball. I'm impressed with the teamwork on both sides.
Maya Wong, 9 points. All on threes. 3 assists to go along with it. And just like that, the Birds have opened up a big lead. We are close enough for a t-shirt here. Usually those go over our head.
Well, they might still. Not that either of us are really good at catching them.
I could have had that one. Cheerleaders have good arms.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
R.C. McBride, Jill Hutchison, Super 16 round of the WNIT.
12 points down. I would expect to see Abilene Christian come out with a little more urgency on offense. Maybe trying to get into some shots a little quicker. I anticipate that they are going to attack the paint as they always do, but kicking it back out, looking for those threes. They've got plenty three-point shooters. And the Redbirds need to continue to crank up their defense and to really put some pressure on those outside shots, double the paint.
And I realize it's cliche, but the home away from home crowd has been a boost, I'd have to think, for Illinois State.
Birds are now shooting 54% for the game, and just as records go, we'll mention that they've been 50% or better in 16 games this season and tend to win those games. This is Shannon Dowell's 12th consecutive game in double digits. That's pretty impressive. I'm not sure either of these programs are going to get 4 players in double digits, although the Birds currently have 3.
Well, and Wong knocking on the door.
Just short, yeah.
But that has been a trademark for both.
Yes, it has, without a doubt.
Back from the timeout. And a foul. Second foul on Shannon Dowell.
I thought for a minute there Earl got hurt, but I don't believe so.
Oh, I was waiting for Earl to come up with another miraculous pass from the floor.
She likes passing from the floor. Oh.
I don't know if she likes it, but apparently she's good at it.
Yeah.
After that play earlier, well, knocked away by Feta and Dow out of there with it. Good defense by the Redbirds.
It's interesting. They're sending Hall to her right hand, and then they double her on that side. That caused that turnover.
Illinois State can afford to run a little clock now that they've built a lead.
True, but at the same time, I think they've got to keep their rhythm.
Shannon Dow step back, left it short. Rebound for Meredith Mays. Peyton Hall can't get it to go.
Nice board.
Mays with the board and the putback.
And we're back to a 10-point ball game and a turnover.
Here's Earl against the double team.
And here's
Mays again.
Mays flying in there. Oh, wow. They called a foul on Mays. And that will be her 4th foul.
5:23 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Coach Goodenough is not liking that a whole lot, I don't believe.
Bella Earl.
We're going to give Shannon Dow a little breather, I'm sure, to bring her back for the last 3 minutes of this game. Oh, that was a spot inbound because it was a foul. And so it's a turnover. Illinois State passed it from one player to the other on the end line, and it had to go in from that spot. You can do that after a goal, but you can't on a foul.
So about as unforced a turnover as you can get.
Yeah, for sure.
Ball comes into Mays, working against Washington, and Washington with a stop.
Washington just got a knack for blocks, and she's amazing to me. She's got such a wingspan.
Take another look here.
Yeah, she does a good job of going up and just using her wrist to block.
Block number 32 on the season. 3 for Earl is good.
Yeah, I think we'll see those quick shots now.
That cuts it to 7.
So they picked up 6 quick points. There's another turnover. It ain't over till it's over.
That's right. And that one really an unforced turnover as well.
Definitely.
Or at least maybe a semi-forced turnover. The pressure was certainly there, but nothing was imminent.
Wildcats running a set play here. I'm going to guess they're going to try and get somebody out there open for a 3-point shot. Hull wants the ball.
Boy, Mays with a nice spin move, won't go. Rebound comes out. Knutson had it, scramble for it, fights for it. Held ball. It'll be Illinois State's, or was it a timeout?
It must have been, because I don't think he called the jump. I don't see the possession arrow on the bench. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the possession arrow goes to the Wildcats.
So Illinois State got the timeout. 4:41 to go. Abilene Christian is on a 5-0 run.
You know, it's worth noting Illinois State has 3 timeouts left. Abilene Christian only 1. And once again, we're going to see this full court pressure.
Illinois State was doing such a good job for a while here in the second half, but Abilene Christian has ticked it up a couple notches again.
I think they have, honestly, and they're trapping a little bit more frequently. And I'm not sure what the argument is here, but it could be about where the ball is inbounded. No, apparently not. Yeah, they're going to put him in the corner there, which makes it easier for the defense in trapping situations because they can use the sideline to trap. And that's the worst place to receive the pass.
Oh, Illinois State does a nice job. Pass way up to Nevaeh Thomas. Thomas can't get it to go. Put back is good.
Nice job by Nevaeh Thomas to get her put back.
Lead is back at 9 for Illinois State. Hull. Nicely done.
Maya can't stay with Hull very easily.
Hull now with 25 points.
I guess her hand is in pretty good shape now.
Dowell trying to work around Davis. Knutson on the fly, 3, no. Rebound comes all the way back out to Peyton Hull.
It's a 3-possession game right now.
Hull, no. Nevaeh Thomas with the rebound.
At least for Illinois State, a missed basket by Abilene Christian takes them into a transition rather than a pressure defense.
10 on the shot clock.
Goodness.
Troxel.
Nice defense.
Troxel got a hand in. Keeps the basketball. Gets it to Davis. Scoop shot is good. That cuts it to 5. Some turnovers have really hurt Illinois State here this fourth quarter.
Yes, and probably not even forced turnovers, just poor choices and poor execution. And we said earlier, it's about execution at this point.
2-possession game as we're under 3 minutes. Nevaeh Thomas. Boy, nearly lost it.
Yeah. Down to 8 seconds here.
Dow floater, got it.
And Shannon Dowell bails him out again.
26 for Shannon Dowell.
2.5 minutes with a 7-point difference here. Definitely game is not over.
Earl to Mays.
Mays does not like shooting away from the basket, but she's sure good in there.
Meredith Mays with 12 points. 5-point game again as we approach the 2-minute mark. And a foul coming up on Brianna Davis.
That's a 4th foul. The next one by Abilene Christian will be a shooting foul. Illinois State has one more foul to give.
Pass knocked away by Troxel. Another turnover. Here comes Earl. It's good. We're down to a 1-possession ball game, Jill, with 1:47 to go.
Yeah, Illinois State won the 3rd quarter, but at this point, the Wildcats are winning the 4th quarter. They've trimmed a 13-point deficit down to 3. Illinois State running a set here.
Wong almost fouled by Earl, down to 7. Wong looking for some screens, doesn't develop. Martin double teamed and a foul, and that really bailed out the Redbirds.
Oh my goodness, to say the least. I think they were dead in the water right then.
And the bench for Abilene Christian is saying there should have been a shot clock violation before the foul.
I think that was the 3rd foul on Troxel.
I think they're going to have to review this one. Or they're going to review this one.
They are going to.
So let's see what we can suss out.
It would have been close with the shot clock. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6 seconds right there, down to 5. And then 4. Then 3. Then 2. And then the foul. Now, I don't know, but it looks like there were 2 seconds on the clock when she got fouled. There's 1 still at the end. So I think the foul will count.
Certainly can't blame Abilene Christian
Absolutely.
for They're trying, and not only will the foul count, but obviously the Redbirds will have the ball.
And remember, this is a 2-shot foul because it's the 5th foul of the quarter. Redbirds won't get the ball after the foul.
No. I mean, if it had been a shot clock violation, it would have been
their ball. True.
Wildcat ball. Yep. Free throw is good. Addison Martin with 11 points against her former team gets it back to a 2-possession game. 77 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. She hits them both.
That brings it back to a 2-possession game with 1:10 left in the game.
Mays kick out. Earl 3 off the mark. Rebound tapped around. Nevaeh Thomas gets it. 1 minute to go for the ball game. Nevaeh Thomas trying to find Wong.
Yeah.
Birds running a little clock here.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to run a set. That's going to be a foul, I think, on Hull.
Hull picks up her 3rd foul, and it's going to send Maya Wong to the free throw line.
Trista Fada coming in for at least. They may be doing offensive, defensive substitutions here. 45 seconds left in this game. 5-point lead. Whoa. And that kind of reflects what's happened with the Birds at the line this year. They just are inconsistent. There you go.
Now a timeout on the floor. This will be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick one ourselves. 45 seconds, 44.9. Illinois State leads by 6. Back right after this.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Timeout. Last timeout for Abilene Christian. Illinois State still sitting with 3 timeouts as we do a reset here. The possession arrow still favors the Wildcats. And I am assuming they're getting the ball at midcourt with 45 seconds left on the clock.
It was such a back and forth game for probably the first 2.5 quarters, and Illinois State took their largest lead was at the 43. No, check that. With 10 to go in the 3rd quarter, they led by 13. And since then, Abilene Christian has been chipping away. Ball knocked away. I think it was Wong that got a handle on it.
That was crazy. Hull was wide open to go all the way, and she was dumping it off to Mays.
Wong spins it out to Martin. Illinois State playing a little keep away. Shannon Dowell avoiding the foul. Finally, it's called on Hull. It'll send Dowell to the free throw line. And the Birds getting a hearty hand from their fans. It's not quite over yet, though.
No, it's not. And, you know, in that situation, if they pass it and avoid the foul, they run more clock. And instead of automatically going to the line. But then they usually get a couple points off of it. So it's a toss-up whether you want the foul or you don't.
Well, we're back to a 3-possession game now. Dowell with 27. Make it 28, so she matches her performance against Western this past weekend.
Right. Well, and her 30-game performance against Drake at the end of the tournament.
Boy, Dowell with a block, and Illinois State picks up the loose ball, and that should do it. Long avoids the foul. Eventually it gets whistled with 7.8 seconds left. And the Illinois State fans are on their feet.
Yeah, I think there was a foul earlier, but the officials didn't see it or didn't call it.
Back in for the Rivers, number 22, Danila Washington.
Danila Washington will come in for Addie Martin, and that allows Addie Martin,
yeah, that's huge,
to come off the floor. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists against her former team.
Yeah, Addie had a great game. She played a whole lot of minutes.
Long hits them both. 10-point ball game with 7.8 seconds to go. And Davis with the dribble. We'll go ahead and pass it out, and that'll do it. Ball game over. Illinois State hangs on to knock off Abilene Christian by a final score of 78-68.
I'll tell you what, having a home floor makes a world of difference, RC. I thought both these teams played well. They were a great matchup, and Illinois State extended that lead in the third quarter, and they were able to hold on to it. So credit Abilene Christian for a good performance and a great season.
So Illinois State will move on to the Great Eight and play Louisiana Tech. Site and date and time to be determined. The season ends for Abilene Christian at 22-13, but as you say, tip of the hat to the Wildcats. They came in here to play, and for the first 2.5 quarters of this one, it was back
nip
and
and
forth.
tuck, yeah.
Kristen Gillespie on the floor talking to the fans and also thanking Illinois Wesleyan for hosting this one.
It's fitting that we got to come here, so thank you, because I know there's a lot of people that made this happen. I also want to thank all of our athletic department staff. I know it's not easy moving games, but we were just so thankful. We really didn't want to have to travel. And I got some really good news. I hope you guys aren't doing anything Monday, Leanna? Monday, because we're hosting the Elite Eight.
Well, Kristen Gillespie
made the announcement.
Breaking news. So Illinois State will host Louisiana Tech on Monday night after knocking off Abilene Christian. Final score 78-68. We've got some business to take care of very quickly. Jill, thoughts on player of the game? I mean, so many opportunities. Hard to ignore Shannon Dowell's 28 points. Knutson had some big shots. Trista Feda off the bench. She didn't score.
Handling the pressure was amazing. I thought she did a great job. And to be honest, I still think Addie Martin had a great game. So, but you can't ignore Shannon Dowell. I mean, 28 points. She put them on her back in several situations, and that was a difference maker.
28 points, 2 games in a row, following up the season ender against Drake, where she had 30. So Shannon Dowell, our player of the game. Let's take a quick look. Our final stats are brought to you by First State Bank. Exceptional products and services, but even better people. Come see for yourself. First State Bank, located at the corner of Hershey and Eastland, or firststatebank.biz, member FDIC.
Well, the important stat to me, Illinois State won the Battle of the Boards, 35-26, RC, and that made a huge difference. The battle in the paint was won by Abilene Christian, 34-30. They did a good job attacking the basket and getting ball touches inside. So I thought overall it was a well-played game. Illinois State shooting 53% for the game and holding Abilene Christian to 42%. You know, individually, Shannon McDowell led all scorers with 28, and the Birds once again with 4 players in double digits. 16 for Elise Knutson, 12 for Addie Martin and Maya Wong, and 7 tossed in by Nevaeh Thomas. For Abilene Christian, 25 points for Peyton Hall, who really was impressive, I think, especially coming back after missing 13 games. 15 points for Troxel. She had those 3-pointers early, and 12 points for Meredith Hayes, another 9 for Bella Earl. They didn't quite get 4 into doubles, but they were pretty darn close.
Exciting ball game. Abilene Christian sees a successful season come to an end. Illinois State moves on to host Louisiana Tech on Monday evening at CEFCU Arena. I'm pretty sure that one will be at CEFCU Arena.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it is.
So for Tyler Wilson, the entire crew here at Illinois Wesleyan, again, fantastic job. Thanks for accommodating us tonight. And, of course, for the Hall of Famer, Jill Hutchison. I'm R.C. McBride. Again, repeating the final score. Illinois State advances to the next round of the WNIT, the Grade 8 against Louisiana Tech by knocking off Abilene Christian 78-68. So long from the Shirk Center.